Hey everybody, welcome back. I know it's been a while. My apologies. Been doing a lot of work and some other things, but I'm glad to be back and thanks for tuning in. So, I wanted to start with the question. This is the subject for today. What is the source? What is the source? What does that mean to you? It's certainly been a subject of human inquiry for a long time. What is our origin? Where do we come from? Where does consciousness come from? Where did the universe come from? What is it? Where is this birthplace, this root, this source? What is it? And you can see that humans have approached this subject in a lot of different ways for a long time, from erecting religions and theologies, mythologies around stories, characters, giving them names, and that has laid the foundation for entire cultures and societies. And then you have science, which has endeavored to seek this question out through the physical world, traveling out into the stars and mapping out the universe, coming up with beautiful theories, testing those theories, Big Bang Theory, the laws of physics, things like that, that are testable, verifiable, because patterns arise that can be understood. And all which goes into that, understanding black holes, white holes, birth of a star, to the ever expansion that appears to be going on, which can be measured. Um, so incredible things are going on there, but they're also looking into the microscopic, into the atomic levels, the quantum levels, building things like particle accelerators and electron microscopes to try and understand the inner workings of this physical reality on a level that is so mysterious, the level we call the quantum, that it seems to just raise more questions. And then you have the spiritual approach to understanding the source, the personal path, the personal journey within, through things like meditation, breath work, ayahuasca ceremonies, sweat lodges, going into solitude, just so many different ways that humans have come up with to go on that journey within and understand their inner makeup and how they work. And of course, yet again, on the physical side, you also have neurologists and psychologists that are trying to understand how the brain functions and where consciousness comes from. So this is a pretty big question that none of us as humans have really been able to put our finger on definitively with evidence. Patterns may arise. We can develop schools of thought and technologies. We can create techniques and methods to understanding the world within. And there can even be verification, self evident verification found through that journey of finding the kingdom of heaven within. And again, what we're pointing at here, this source, is called so many things by so many different people. There's all the different names of God. There's just calling it the universe in general. There's the Big Bang. There's so much, and really, it falls on the individual who is going through life to determine what that is and seek that out. Because you know, through all the research, all the study, all the analysis that humans can do, there is one necessary component that is present every single time when it comes to going through and observing the world. And that is consciousness. That is consciousness. If it wasn't for consciousness, you wouldn't be watching this video. We wouldn't be having this conversation. We wouldn't have developed these languages to try and understand the world around us. So coming on back, right, to the source, to this source, and in the frame of spirituality, it's been referred to as something within us, like this fountain of light somewhere within your being. You could call that the spirit even. And that's the journey of meditation, is to uncover that and get closer to that. And it's like described in kind of a vague way that is hard to put your finger on, hard to point out, because it's like everywhere and nowhere simultaneously. And it's, again, from that perspective, it's something that you could only really discover on your own and then describe it in a story form to somebody else and seek connection and understanding through our limited language, where we can, meet in the middle and confirm with another person, perhaps a loved one. Ah, that's what that is. We know what that is. And I believe that's why humans are drawn to seek mates and friends and create families and communities, because ultimately we're trying to seek a connection. We're trying to seek a connection and make a connection so that we can be understood, so that we can be seen. So all of this, everything I'm talking about, brings me back to how I see the source. So I want to propose an idea to you that the source is actually right now. Right now. Right now. And look, as fast as I say that, I'm still not catching up to it. It's actually like in front of these words, in front of everything, in front of literally everything, comes prior. It precedes the experience or the experiencer. That is how I see the blossoming, the emergence of the universe. And it's like ungraspable. And it's always next. It's always next, next, next. There's now again. There's now again. That nothing is newer. Nothing is more fresh than right now. And the mind can't grab a hold of it. We can't grab a hold of it with anything. I mean, I can say now, but everybody's going to hear that different. They're going to think, oh, like the present moment, or something having to do with time, like the middle point between the future and the past. Now, just like any other word, has a different meaning for everybody. So I'm clarifying what I mean when I say now, as though it's, in a sense, a thing. Like it has a location in the universe, as it's in front, or starting. It's the start. It's the starting point. It's the actual origin, the actual source. And the reason why it's so difficult to find is because it really is that close. It's so close to you. It's like literally right under your nose. And it's prevalent in every single experience that you could possibly have. Dreaming or awake, meditating, sleeping, in a trance, tripping out, in pain, in pleasure. There's now right before all of that. This clear, emergent something. And you can call it nature, you could call it the universe. I'm calling it source. But it's not time, it precedes time. Time is a measurement of cycles. It's creating a scale between here and there, the past and the present and the future. These are conceptual. These are concepts that the mind uses to organize. So it comes before even the mind. But it's actually simultaneous with the heart, the body, the pumping of the blood through your veins, the firing of synapses in your frontal cortex, the tiny little critters that are moving around in your eyebrow, the miles and miles of rock and lava underneath your feet, and the grumbling of the earth as it gradually rotates and spins around the sun, and all of the outward flowing of the world around us happens just so, right now, right now. But people are like hyper focused into their little narrative, into their little story of me, my life, the people in my life, the job I have or lack of, the relationships I am, whether I love it or hate it. And all of that, all of the talking that we do, all of the dialogue, all of the thinking that we are issuing forth is going into that, is being received by that thing, that now, that source. It's always ever present, ever watchful, ever aware, and completely unconditional. Completely unconditional. It just is. And it lets be whatever may be happening. Just like love. True love. We're talking divine love here. Completely unconditional. Not confined. Not bound. Not on a scale system or a hierarchy determining value. That's something we do. That's something the mind does. That's ego business. You see? But the pinnacle of absolute value is this moment right here. This moment right here. And each and every one of us has the same amount of moments in a day. Whether we're sleeping, whether we're awake, whether we're hitting the gym, whether we're reading a book, playing a video game, hanging out with a family member, or drowning in our sorrows. The same seconds are ticking by, ticking by, ticking by. And each and every one of us determines what we do with our time, because we are the epitome of value. There is something within us, this unspeakable, untangible, ungraspable thing, this spirit, this essence, is the pure form energy which creates worlds. It creates language. It issues forth as a breath into a form and creates a word. And that word defines something. And that definition creates outline, creates framework, and we build upon this. We always have. But we're doing it all right now. My now, the now that you're hearing this, and as you're hearing that, that's what I'm pointing at. I'm pointing at that thing. And everybody is simultaneously operating within the same thing right now. So it's like, okay, here's a distinction. Right now is the point, right? That's the point in front of everything, the point before everything. That ungraspable apex that we can't quite reach. We can't quite reach. And then it flows out into a field or a space. And that's our presence. And our awareness fills that presence. So we experience now in two different ways. Right here, right now, right where your attention is focused. And the vast expanse of the rest of your consciousness. Your subconscious, your superconscious, and all the different words that we use for such a thing, is your awareness. And that's what meditation does. Meditation is bringing focus into an expanse and clearing away the mind, quieting the mind, unminding, going into no mind, where the mind doesn't grab onto every little thing and become infatuated with it. It lets it go. It lets it be unconditional, like love. now. As is, just let be what is. So, I think that about wraps it up. Thanks again for watching. Stick around for more, because I'm going to keep coming back with more. Thank you.